Hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. What a few days this has been. It's Tuesday and this is episode number 7 of my greenhouse diaries. I can't believe that we've been going for 7 weeks, 7 and a bit weeks already, and we've achieved so much. But of course, as you will probably already know, the big news is that on Friday we were told that we could have an allotment. So I spent the most of Sunday clearing down the allotment, getting rid of some of the weeds and making plans for what we might do in that space. So there will be lots of allotment vlogs coming up very soon. Today's Tuesday. We have just nipped down to the allotment, just have a little peek at it after the rain fell, and the ground thankfully is looking a lot more moist, which should hopefully mean come the weekend it'll be much easier to dig into and get some of those weeds out. We are going to do the Charles Dowding method, the no dig method. So lots of cardboard to acquire and lots of compost and manure to put on top of the cardboard in readiness to plant some goodies. But of course, for now, it's Greenhouse Diaries, so I want to take you on a mini tour of the greenhouse and the garden to show you what's been going on. There's some good news stories and some not such good news stories. But first, I want to do a couple of channel shout outs. I want to give a shout out to the Malcolms. I think I will leave a link to both of these channels that I'm shouting out down below. The Malcolms, very lovely channel to watch, very informative, very friendly, and I will link also down below a really amazing video where they transformed their garden from what they called a jungle, very derelict, into something that's really amazing, that's perfect for them and their family, and they did it on such a strict budget as well. So it just goes to show, if you're prepared to put the effort in and you know, do a bit of searching for some cheaper goods on the internet, you can really make something fantastic. So yeah, the Malcolms. I would also like to give a shout out to ASMR Allotments. This is a brilliant little channel. The guy plays some lovely music, he does a little bit of digging, he shows you his chalkboard of all of the jobs that he's got to do that day, and by the end of the video he's ticked off all of those tasks. Lovely music, some nice sounds of nature, and obviously some sounds of the work in progress digging and things like that. So a little bit of a shout out to those two channels. If you've not already checked them out, please do so, and if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button. Okay, I'm going to flip this camera and I'm going to show you what's going on inside my greenhouse and garden, and then I do have a little job that I want to do today as well, which is I would like to move my cucumbers from their 6-inch pots into their permanent home. So flip the camera and let's get on with it. Okay, here we are. Hello goose. Butternut squash, nothing coming through on those yet. I think I might need to have a little rummage inside those pots and see if anything is happening under the soil. I fear I may have overwatered and the seeds may have rotted. However, when I check the back of the packet, it does say germination can take up to 21 days. So I'm going to hang fire on those just for the short term. Marigolds, nothing coming through on those yet. Tomatoes are looking great, look at these. So these here are my original ones that I planted. I think this was an OG as well. These ones here was the second batch of seeds that I sowed because the first ones were scorched. So it won't be too long before I'll be able to move these out into their forever home. The basil, how weird is this? We've got germination here, here and here, but nothing anywhere else. Not quite sure what's going on there, but we will persist. And in this one, this is also tomatoes, nothing coming through on those yet. I re-sowed some seeds in these pots at the same time that I re-sowed these seeds. So it's so bizarre, I can't figure out what's going on. Anyway, if that fails, then this looks like it's going to work a treat, and I will definitely have enough tomato plants in there for what I require. Let's whiz down here. The conker trees are looking amazing. This one here originally was the biggest and the best, and this one was a very close second. This one has now completely taken over. It's got some lovely growth in the middle here. So these are amazing. And in this one, You may remember I had a dead one. I removed the dead one and I put 3 sprouting conkers in there, and one of them has started to poke through. So that is also a good outcome. Look at these. This is amazing. These are my sunflower seeds. I put 6 in each and only 1 in the middle there hasn't germinated. So that is not a bad germination rate, and they are all looking pretty healthy. So I'm keeping those well watered and well cared for. And let's hope we have the biggest and the best sunflower. Managed to find some cocoa coir, just a small block, so I've soaked that in water. That is ready to go into there, along with some of this compost, and this is going to be my cucumber obelisk. So I'm going to grow the cucumbers vertically up here. Just let me zoom out a little bit. There we go. And that's the job that I'm going to do later on in this video. I'm going to move the cucumbers into here. Speaking of which, here they are. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, I've got 5 cucumbers there. There is a 6th one in there, but nothing coming through. I don't know if it's just slow or whether that seed is just a non-starter. But look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to move all 5 of those over into that bucket. This cucumber plant, or this cucumber obelisk, is going to stay in this greenhouse, so I'm not so worried about moving them on. I think most people, when they plant on and outside, and I think it's the transition from inside to outside that is a problem. So I should really have direct sown them into this pot originally, but as it is, I didn't. There they are, and they're going in that blue tub very soon. Let's nip outside. Some good news stories out here, and some not so good news stories. Look at these. First early potatoes, looking fantastic. Very, very happy with those. And I think we might have the start of some flowers somewhere, I did notice. Perhaps not, maybe I'm making that up. Oh yeah, there we are, look, some flowers in there, and some flowers there. A little bit worried about these. Well, am I worried? I'm not quite sure. These are my main crop spuds. Let's do this one. This is an easy one to show you. So we've got some growth here, which is brilliant, and I keep topping it up with a little bit. Oh, there's some growth there as well. Keep topping it up with a little bit of grass cuttings. These 2 tubs seem to be a little bit of a haven for snails, and I've also seen some giant slugs somewhere. Are slugs in these tubs a problem or not? Hit me up in the comments down below. Oh, look at these 3 bags. This is interesting. We'll come back to that in a moment. Raspberries and nettles and marigolds and nasturtiums. Nothing coming through on any of those just yet, but not a problem. Another good news story. Look at these strawberries. These are looking good. Still must, maybe this coming weekend, get that mint moved out of that planter. Wait till you see this. Oh my gosh, look at the peas. The peas are amazing. In fact, they are already now starting to make the most of this trellis that I have built. Very soon I think I'll need to move this mesh off, because I think the peas will start to entangle and grip onto this mesh. So the mesh will need to come off, and well, let's just hope the birds and whatever don't attack my radish. The kale, look at that. Can you believe this kale? It is absolutely fabulous. I am so happy about this kale. None of it appears to have been nibbled at all. And I just love how the little droplets just sit on the leaves. And on this side, the Swiss chard that I direct sowed is coming through. You can see here in 2 lines, there and there. So it looks like we're going to be getting some Swiss chard as well, which is great. I think it's quite a hardy plant, so I didn't have any concerns that it wasn't going to come through. Over here you can see the row of carrots coming through there, but nothing on the broccoli and nothing on the parsnips. Maybe a little bit on the broccoli further up, but it's tidgy, it's not worth showing. Here we have our spring onions, very nearly ready, I think, to be moving on. Okay, the not so good stuff then. So here we have my sweet peas, which the ones that survived the scorching are looking great, and I'm looking forward to planting those on. But I just don't think I've got enough, so I'm afraid I might have to go to the shop and buy some already grown sweet peas. Unless, again, tell me in the comments down below whether you think I can direct sow some sweet pea seeds this late in the month. The back of the packet says sow March and April, and obviously we are now in May. So please let me know what you think to that. This is a sad story. These are my lupins, excuse me. These are my lupins, which, if you remember, were in my planter on the other side of the garden, and they just gradually got attacked by something, and I'm not sure what. A little bit of a nibble here and a little bit of a nibble there, and I've ended up with these 5 sorry specimens. Look, I've got my fingers crossed that they're going to come good. It'd be a shame if I lost them all, because I think originally I had 13. Now I'm down to 5. These are from 2 parent plants, so it'd be a terrible shame if I lost these, but look, we're trying our best. What else to tell you? Probably nothing. Let's whiz back into the greenhouse. Okay, we're back in the greenhouse. So that was a whistle-stop tour of the garden and the greenhouse. And do you know what? As a beginner gardener, 7 weeks in, I am really, really happy with how everything is going. My next job that I want to do today is to move those cucumbers from there into that blue tub down there for my obelisk, and that's where they will live. I think I've heard somewhere, please tell me if you know otherwise, that cucumbers and tomatoes shouldn't be grown next to each other. And that is actually where I'm planning to grow my cucumbers and tomatoes. Let me know in the comments down below, should I grow my cucumbers and tomatoes near each other or not near each other? I'm not doing my tomatoes just yet, so it's not a problem for me to do this with the cucumbers today, excuse me. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you think I'm doing the wrong or the right thing by growing my cucumbers and my tomatoes next to each other. Yeah, those 3 bags that you saw sneakily over there by the potatoes, down by where my allotment is, there is a farm, and we have access there to free manure and free wood chips. So I went down there today and I grabbed 2 bags of manure, 1 bag of wood chips. I'm going to use the manure and the wood chip in the blue bucket and top that up with some cocoa coir and some compost, so a little bit of everything in there. I'm just trying not to use so much compost because it's just so bloody expensive. And when the manure and the wood chip, and it's very well rotted down wood chip actually, when that is free, it seems foolish not to take advantage of it. I'll then have a third an additional bag of manure, and I'm going to put that over in the little side troughs by the fence, which is where my sweet peas will go, and I will just top that off with a little bit of compost, and I might plant out the sweet peas as well, maybe this coming weekend once I've had a chance to go to the shop and maybe buy some more, unless, like I say, I direct sow. So yeah, let's get on and plant these cucumbers up. Okay, so as you can see, I've put into this wheelbarrow the 1 bag of manure, 1 bag of wood chip mixture, and I've kind of layered it up in this blue tub with some shop-bought multi-purpose compost, which is here, and a little bit of cocoa coir that I found. I guess, like I said before, I'm just trying to make it so it's not too expensive to fill a box. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the obelisk into the blue tub, position it, and then I'll pack around it just the compost, and yeah, then I think we'll get the cucumbers planted in. Okie doke, there they are. 4 cucumber plants transplanted into this old blue recycling box. You may have seen when I was tipping them out, they seem to have quite some good roots, especially the larger ones. So do you know what, I'm hopeful that they are going to thrive in this box and in this location. And let's have fingers crossed that they do so and we have lots of lovely cucumbers in not very long. I look forward to seeing them growing all the way up this obelisk, and I'll tie them in place so they don't flop around. And yeah, in future videos I'll be able to look back at this video and see how much we have achieved. Okay, I think that's me done then for a Tuesday evening in the greenhouse. It is 20 to 8 Tuesday evening. Sometimes I feel a little bit silly. I feel like a bit of imposter syndrome because I've got a little bit of kale and I've got a couple of potatoes and I've got not very many tomatoes really, and those are my cucumbers. And then I watch videos such as, you know, Jim from Down to Earth with Jim, his channel is called, and Kenroy from the Malcolms and loads of people, and I see their greenhouses absolutely stacked. And their polytunnels stacked to the rafters with lush green seedlings and bigger than seedlings, fully grown plants. And then you come into my greenhouse and it's a little bit awkward actually. But you know what? Every time I come in here and I see something has changed, I have this huge sense of pride and satisfaction to know that actually less than 2 months ago I was doing none of this and I knew nothing, and as I take each day as it comes, and now we've got the allotment, and I'm consuming so much on YouTube, it's ridiculous, but I'm learning new stuff every day, and every time I watch something on YouTube I think, okay, that's something new that I want to plant. So hopefully this first season will be just me finding my feet, and then this time next year let's hope that this greenhouse is as green as Jim's, it's as green as the Malcolms, and absolutely bursting out of the door with greenery and all sorts of lovely edibles. Okay, I'm rabbiting on and I want to go inside and have some dinner. So I'm going to say thank you for watching. Please check out those channels. If you've got any questions or any advice, I love it. Hit me up with a comment down below. If you like my videos, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up. If you've not already subscribed, please subscribe. Yeah, if you think that my videos are any good, then please spread the word and let other people know that I exist, and hopefully I will get a few more subscribers as well. Okay, have a lovely evening, and I will see you in a future video very, very soon. Bye bye.